America is a world in and of itself. Sleepy coastal villages, forgotten desert towns, and colonial New England communities are just a few things that come to mind when we hear the word charming small towns. Thanks to its extremely diverse population, landscape and culture, the United States is home to an abundance of quirky small towns. We took the time to research the ones that best fit the bill. To help us narrow it down, we looked only at communities with a max population of 50,000 that hold a unique quality. Whether your idea of charming small towns equal a mountain village, old rail city, a harbor town or something different entirely, it's probably on this list. Here are 25 of America's most charming small towns. 1. Fairhope, Alabama. This tiny Alabama town was founded in 1894 and is known for its annual shellfish phenomenon. Each year, crabs, flounder, and shrimp flood the shallow bay in what's referred to as the Jubilee. In addition to the natural phenomenon, there's a local brewery, tons of farmers markets, museum of history, and nearby Village Point Park Reserve. 2. Montpelier, Vermont. Montpelier is one of America's most charming small towns. This fun capital town is famous for its Hubbard Park and the Vermont State House. With a history dating back to Native American settlers nearly 6,000 years ago, there's plenty to be explored in this quaint, yet interesting town. 3. Mancos, Colorado. Tucked away in the valley of the La Plata Mountains, you'll find Mancos, Colorado. Its quirky art community, Old West charm, tight-knit community, and scenic mountainscapes are what charms locals and tourists alike. Stroll the quaint historic streets, grab some goodies at a local farmer's market or explore the wilderness by yurt camping. Either way, you'll fall hard and fast for Mancos. 4. Newcastle, Delaware. Newcastle spins a tale of Delaware's history with its peaceful cobblestone streets and old colonial town. Hugging the Delaware River, it's surrounded by beautiful scenery and just a hop away from famous Newcastle Battery Park. Additionally, history buffs will love their First State National Historic Park and Courthouse Museum. 5. Hilo, Hawaii. Hilo is surrounded by pristine tropical landscapes, home to a plethora of local markets and a vibrant Hawaiian culture. This Pacific Pearl is mostly famous for its annual Merry Monarch Festival, dedicated to King David Kalakaua. Every year, the city is brought to life in a week-long celebration of Hawaiian tradition, such as hula, crafts, and the native language. 6. Wallace, Idaho. Home to a plethora of historic buildings, museums, and local shops, it's not hard to see why Wallace is so charming. For over 100 years, Wallace has been the world's largest silver producer, and it's got a lot to show for it. For example, it's the richest mining town still in existence and is listed on the National Register of Historic Places. 7. Lindsborg, Kansas. Lindsborg is famous for its rich Swedish history and is often referred to as Little Sweden. This quaint town of only 3,300 people perfectly embodies their Swedish heritage with local Scandinavian art, tons of traditional food and their founding festivals such as their famous Svenskilningsfest. 8. Harper's Ferry, West Virginia. In the lower Shenandoah Valley, where Virginia, Maryland and West Virginia meet, you'll find Harper's Ferry. This tiny town of only 300 is home to some pretty impressive historical sites, such as John Brown's Fort and several 19th-century buildings. In addition to the landmarks, it's situated right on the Appalachian Trail. 9. Charlottesville, Virginia. Take a visit to Thomas Jefferson's Monticello, James Monroe's Highland or Pop in the famous Paramount Theater. But whatever you do, don't leave without grabbing a bite at Mishi Tavern, the circa 1784 eatery that uses only 18th-century recipes. 10. Cape May, New Jersey. Cape May, New Jersey, an East Coast Victorian gem. With nearly 600 perfectly preserved Victorian buildings, the whole town is a historical area. In addition to stunning Victorian architecture, you'll find excellent dining options, seaside activities, and jazz festivals. 11. Homer, Alaska. This string of a city is nestled on the picturesque Kachemak Bay on the Kenai Peninsula. Take a stroll down the harbor and then spend an afternoon wandering the strip of shops, art galleries, and local restaurants. Afterwards, hop over to the nearby wilderness park for some trails and kayaking. 12. Truckee, California. Truckee, California has long been a jewel of the West for adventurers. Only 30 minutes from Lake Tahoe, the surrounding area is just as interesting as the local town. In addition to an active art and music community, there's a great dining scene, making it one of the most charming small towns. 13. Ithaca, New York. Head to the heart of the Finger Lakes area in Ithaca, New York. This pint-sized town is the perfect place to spend a few days taking in the area and its charm. Take an artisan bread class, go ice skating in an outdoor pond, and then catch some local talent at an old pub. 14. Newberry, South Carolina. Small-town hospitality, natural beauty, and colorful history come together to make Newberry one of the nation's cutest small towns. Take a stroll through their tranquil Japanese gardens, wander historic downtown, and then grab some local pieces at the Newberry Arts Center. 15. Leapers Fork, Tennessee. This quaint country town is a mecca for antiques, history, and quirky shops. The kick off your boots and stay a while mentality of the locals mixed with the surrounding beauty make it an easy favorite. Wet your whistle at one of the many cozy bars, chow down on a hearty meal at one of the local staples, and then head to the Lawn Chair Theater. 16. Tarpon Springs, Florida. Allow yourself to be transported to a tiny Greek village in Tarpon Springs. Thanks to the city's influx of Greek sponge divers in the early 1900s, you'll find a unique Mediterranean influence throughout. Take a sunset walk down the beach or enjoy some delicious Greek fare in this sleepy coastal town. 17. Manitou Springs, Colorado. Rich in mineral springs, boutiques, mountainscapes, and local arts, Manitou Springs is one of the nation's most charming small towns. In the shadow of towering Pikes Peak, this Colorado gem is a village gateway to the natural world in addition to being charming and welcoming. 18. Ponchatoula, Louisiana. The teeny town of Ponchatoula is known for its southern hospitality, historic old town, and annual strawberry festival. In Ponchatoula, they take care of guests and each other. Take a walk around the local swamps, chow down on a hearty meal, or make friends with locals at one of the old bars. Either way, you'll feel right at home in this cozy Louisiana heartland. 19. Cannon Beach, Oregon. Few places wow like the never-ending stretch of Oregon's coast. Towering rocks surrounding by wild waters and infinite stretches of forest make the region a gem of the nation. Inside this gem, you'll find Cannon Beach. Home to Haystack Rock, tide pools galore, and only 1,800 residents, it's the coziest Pacific town imaginable. In addition to a gorgeous landscape, it's home to a bustling art and gastro scene. 20. Solvang, California. Head to the historic Danish village that is Solvang, California. Pop into one of the town's famous bakeries and get your fill of Danish pastries, and then wander the many old-world-style boutiques. Either way, you're in for a heavy dose of Scandinavian charm. 21. Solvang, California. Head to the historic Danish village that is Solvang, California. Pop into one of the town's famous bakeries and get your fill of Danish pastries, and then wander the many old-world-style boutiques. Either way, you're in for a heavy dose of Scandinavian charm. 22. Jefferson, Texas. The friendly come-as-you-are attitude, pre-Civil War history, charming small-town eateries and family shops are what make Jefferson, Texas so special. Frozen in time, this city has plenty to offer for history buffs such as the Confederate Ordnance Magazine, the Atlanta Rail Car, and several preserved homes. Outdoorsy folks will enjoy nearby Caddo Lake, one of Texas' natural beauties. 23. Great Barrington, Massachusetts. Berkshire County's Great Barrington is known for being one of the country's most charming small towns. An oasis for nature lovers and art aficionados, there's something for everyone. Sip on fresh spiced cider from a local farmer, catch a show at Mahawi, explore the Berkshires, or grab a bite and drink at any of the charming small town's gastro gems. 24. Bennington, Vermont. Cozy, romantic and sleepy are just a few words to describe Bennington. This artsy, folksy, and mega-historic shire town is one of the best in the nation. Grab some goods at the local farmers market, visit the largest working craft pottery in the US, and then check out the historic Deerfield. If you're a literary enthusiast, you will love the many dedications to Robert Frost throughout the city. 25. Bisbee, Arizona. Bisbee is home to a rich Apache, cavalry, and mining history. Nowadays, it's known for its thriving art and food scene, down-home vibes, and charming small-town atmosphere. Whether you want to explore local galleries, get fancy with fine dining, or indulge in a local pub crawl, there's something for everyone. 26. Nantucket, Massachusetts. This former whaling village sings of the old days with its crooked cobblestone streets and sleepy harbors. While widely known as a tourist destination, Cape Cod has done an excellent job of ensuring that it doesn't turn into a tacky-wacky town. Eat your heart out with their world-famous seafood and then take in the golden beaches.